Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Imam is running a little bit late today, so we want to wait till 45 if he didn't come, so we can have another substitute Imam, inshallah. So please be patient with us, inshallah. The khutbah won't be that long, but it's running a little bit late. So inshallah, 12:45 if he didn't come, inshallah, then we just have a khutbah, inshallah. Hadith, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Two people, so many people. There's too many people.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه ملء السماوات وملء الأرض وملء ما بينهما، وصلاة وسلاما على سيد المرسلين محمد عليه أفضل الصلاة. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, in this Friday, inshallah, we ask Allah to unite all of the Muslims together, inshallah, and to make us, inshallah, as one ummah that will be able to defeat any enemy, inshallah, azza wa jal. That is the most important. Allahu alayhi wa sallam, dear brothers and sisters, told us that the travel, when you want to travel, لا تشد الرحال, to make the intention to go somewhere, that it is important to make the intention to go to three places. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us لا تشد الرحال إلا إلى ثلاث, three places. The first one is Mecca. That when you have, it's money well spent. You don't spend your, going to the Bahamas or going here and there, and subhanallah azza wa jal, you want to have your money well worth, inshallah, for you. And it's telling us that you go to Mecca, that's number one. And as you know, one prayer in Mecca is equivalent to 100,000 prayer elsewhere. One prayer in Mecca is equivalent to 100,000 prayer elsewhere. And this about also that you also put your luggage and you have the intention to travel to where? To Al-Madinah, right? Al-Madinah. Al-Madinah, if you pray there, one prayer is equal to 1,000 prayers elsewhere. 1,000. And then Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling us to go to where? The third, Al-Aqsa. Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. Today, Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa is, if it had a mouth, it would say, I would like the Muslims to come over and help me. Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. One prayer in the Masjid Al-Aqsa, brothers and sisters, is like 500 prayers elsewhere. This masjid, with Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu, you know, the Christians at the time, they were in control. They were in control of the Masjid Al-Aqsa. They were in control. And the Roman or the Byzantine leader at the time, he refused to give the keys to Abu Ubaidah. Abu Ubaidah Amir ibn al-Jarrah, he was one of the leaders, right? To give him the key, even though they were under siege for about 42 days. 42 days. And they were not able to go inside the Masjid al-Aqsa. They were able to conquer to the point that the Byzantine leader knew that they were going to lose. But then he asked a question. He said, I will give the keys of the kingdom, you know, the Masjid Al-Aqsa, only to one person, because he saw Abu Ubaidah was the one, but when he went outside, because it's written in their book, how the looks of the person who's going to open, it's written in the Bible, in their book, how tall and how he looks like. But Abu Ubaidah was not the one, so he said, no, we will continue to fight. We will continue to fight. Informed Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu, Amir al-Mu'mineen. Today, brother, we are much in need like Umar today. We need someone like Umar radiyallahu anhu ardah. We're missing Umar. He came, Umar, when he heard the news from Medina, the place of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He came from Medina all the way to where? To Jerusalem, to Al-Quds. And then when the Byzantine leader, he said, but before that, look at the justice of Islam. Umar ibn Khattab had a servant with him in the journey. They were journeying together all the way from Medina to Jerusalem. And then when they almost, the deal was is that Umar will ride the dabba, the animal, will ride the animal one time, and then the servant or, the helper will ride another time. Like a king. Nowadays, the kings, they drive in a bulletproof Mercedes or whatever car, but it has to be bulletproof. Umar radiallahu anhu, he was riding a camel with his servant. Anyone could attack him, anyone could kill him, but he has full aqidah that Allah protect her. Wallahu ya'asimuka minan nas. Lama Rabbna sallallahu, Allah told the Rasul sallallahu that Allah will protect. Qum fa'andir, and pronounce and preach Islam. Nowadays, brothers and sisters, no Democrats, no Republicans, nothing like that. What we need is da'wah. You need to introduce him to Islam. That's the only way we will win. We will not win otherwise. It's not about, voting and Democrats and all that, because if they have no aqid, they're still going to have hatred against Islam and Muslims. وَلَنْ تَرْضَى عَنْكَ الْيَهُودُ وَلَا النَّصَارَى حَتَّى تَتَّبِعَ مِلَّتَهُم. They will not be happy with you until you go to the bars, until you go to the discos, until you go to the churches and become hypocrite and believe in corrupted books. Then they will be happy. And therefore, brothers and sisters, it is important. It is important that we have aqidah and we make da'wah for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is very critical. So, Umar ibn Khattab when he was close to Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, when he was very close to Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, what happens? It was the turn of who to ride the animal? The turn of the servant. And the servant told him, no, Amir al-Mu'mineen, I cannot do that. You know, you're gonna be meeting the leaders and stuff, and you are the leader. You should be the one. He said, no. You're gonna ride. No arrogance. I am not better than you. Inna akramakum inda Allahi atqakum. The best of you in the eyes of Allah are the ones who have piety. No, I am not going to ride. And then the servant mud in the way. He was like stepping on mud. And his feet were mudded. And he was stepping and walking. And he was the leader. SubhanAllah. And then Abu Ubaidah came to him right away running. He said, what are you doing? What are you doing, Amir al-Mu'mineen? Oh, Amir al-Mu'mineen, you should be riding. You should be like a status than this. He said, Abu Ubaidah, if it was someone like you, I would have hit him. Abu Ubaidah, وَقَدْ وَلَدَتْهُمْ أُمَّهَاتُهُمْ أَحْرَارًا إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَزَّنَا بِالْإِسْلَامِ فَإِنِ ابْتَغَيْنَا الْعِزَّةَ بِغَيْرِهِ أَذَلَّنَا اللَّهُ. He said, oh Abu Ubaidah, Allah gave us dignity when we are Muslims, when we are true Muslims. If we seek that, Allah will put us down. Allah will make us undignified. Dignity is with justice. Islam is justice. If you were to explain Islam in few seconds, you would say Islam is justice. And then leader saw Umar and then gave him the key. He knew it was him. And then Jerusalem was opened by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, given to Umar and to the Muslims. And then look at what they wrote. It came from the Romans, and this is even in Christians. Even in the books of the Christians, it came from the Romans, the treaty, the Umar treaty. They have the treaty between the Christians and Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu. What was that treaty about? The treaty was about basically that the church will not be harmed. But then, there was other items, but then an item that they said, we don't want. That was from the Byzantine, that was from the ruler of Romans. He said, we don't want any Jew Jerusalem. That was in the treaty. They didn't want any Jewish person to enter. They've had enough. SubhanAllah, yes, they have the ability to, from the time they stayed there for maybe one generation, the Jews, which is at the time of Solomon, when they had the temple, right? Destroyed the temple completely. No more temple. When Umar even entered the Masjid Al-Aqsa in Jerusalem, he looked, where is the Masjid? He didn't even know where Masjid Al-Aqsa was. It was completely demolished. He asked the priest, where is it? Was for horses house. They made it. So then Umar ibn Khattab ordered he took a mop and he started mopping, and then he ordered the Sahaba, they mopped, and then they built the Masjid Al-Aqsa again. Subhanallah Azza wa Jal. But yeah, they have the temple that they built at them. But then it was destroyed. It was completely destroyed. So brothers and sisters, inshallah, there's a lot of history, obviously, that we can speak about. But today, we'll just give you a glimpse that basically that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَيَسْتَخْلِفَنَّهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ كَمَا اسْتَخْلَفَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. Inshallah, they will have the land The people of Gaza, and we, alhamdulillah, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the ability to negotiate, that's victory. Just the ability to negotiate, that's victory, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that. So brothers, for that, from China to Spain, and from all the way to South Asia, the Muslims expanded after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They were expanded their rule. They were just in rule. There is example after example. So I think that, brothers and sisters, that the Muslims also protected the Jews throughout the history, while the Romans were persecuted them. When the persecuted them, when subhanallah azza wa jal, even they tried, but they were persecuted everywhere. Even in recent Europe, they were persecuted, as we know in Germany, what the Germans, everywhere they were persecuted. The only nation that helped them was the Muslims, that told them to come, did not respect that, and they turned around on them. And look at what the Zionists are doing right now. Look at what Zionists doing around. Inshallah azza wa jal, brothers, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala let us know our history, because history is important. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasul. Dear brothers and sisters, Allah tells us, يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. 30% of the Quran is history. History is important. Yeah, they claim that we've been there a long time. The only generation that they've been there is during Solomon, and then after the Romans, they were persecuted, but they never ruled. They never ruled. They never had. They never ruled Jerusalem. Yes, they went there during the first were the Canaanites. Al-Canaaniyin, Al-Yabusiyin. Those are the inhabitants of the land, and those turned into, they speak the Arabic language, so they were Arabs. Anyway, so the Canaanites were there, right? But then also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that in Surah Al-Isra, He tells us, Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi laylan min al-Masjid Al-Haram ila al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. Look at the connection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala between what? Between Al-Quds, between Jerusalem. This is in Quran. Tamam? Even subhanallah azza wa jal, Musa alayhi salam, he said to his tribe, Musa, when Moses was there, he said to the Jews, Ya qawm idkhulul ard. He said what? Enter the holy land, al-ard al-muqaddasa, which is Jerusalem. Musa told them that they would not enter. They would not enter, but then Allah, He raised the mountain on top of them. He will come collapsing on your head. وَإِذْ نَطَقْنَا الْجَبَلِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He raised the mountain, and He told them that if you don't obey Musa, the Jabal will come collapsing on your heads. Subhanallah. So basically, and that's why they were scattered everywhere. They were going around. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made them lose 40 years. 40 years they were going around circles. 40 years. Why? Because they disobeyed the prophets, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us about them as well in Quran. يَقْتُلُونَ الْأَنْبِيَاء. They killed prophets. Who killed Zakaria? Who killed? Read history, brothers. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا وتوفنا مسلمين بالصالحين. اللهم لا تدع لنا ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا عيبا إلا سترته ولا هم إلا منزل الكتاب يا سريع الحساب يا هازم الأحزاب زلزل الأرض من تحت أقدام بني صهيون وأعوانهم. يا الله يا الله يا الله. اللهم انصر المؤمنين اللهم فرج هم المؤمنين وانصرهم نصرا مؤزرا. اللهم وحد كلمة المسلمين. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم، وصلى اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين، وقوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمنا ويرحمكم الله.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح، قد قامت الصلاة، قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله. استووا واستقيموا, shoulder to shoulder. And when you're making sujood, brothers, make dua for the mu'mins, inshallah, in Gaza and for Palestine, for all the Muslims, as you are closer to Allah when you're making sujood. May Allah accept our prayer. Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب الضالين. جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Alhamdulillah, dear brothers, inshallah, to join the overall Muslim community, we have a WhatsApp group. It's really very important, very effective. It's good information for everybody. The number is over there to join. You just can send, it's on the board over there, inshallah. You can send a message. The other thing, inshallah, we have 3 families in Gaza, and I am in contact to, inshallah, help out. You can give the money to Brother Mukhtar or anybody, inshallah, in the board here to help the people, inshallah, of Gaza. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and reward you. By the way, the number, just in case you need it, it's 612-386-8873. The number, and it is on the board over there to join the growing WhatsApp group. Any announcement, Brother Mukhtar? Okay, one of our brothers passed away. We make dua for her. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give her Jannah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive her. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshaAllah, give patience to the brother and his family. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gather them both in Jannah, inshaAllah.
My brothers, you see what we're doing here. Alhamdulillah. See how we have more. So please help us to finish paying this building, inshallah, so we can renovate it. We make one hall, a hall for the brothers and a hall for the sisters. So please, always donate to the masjid. Some time ago we started a program. Hey, at least every Friday come with minimum $10 or $20. Each one of us, if you go and do that, you times that by the whole year. 52 Jummahs, inshallah, things will change. So please, see what we're doing right now. Alhamdulillah, we expanded a lot. We need more to be a big hall for all men, a big hall for sisters, inshallah. Barakallah fikum.
He's the imam. Oh, he's with them. Okay. Well, did you benefit from the khutbah today? Did you get some information?
Yeah.
It looked like people got it.
Did you make salam with the right hand?
Stay here. What else?